Hello everyone, welcome to Green and Moor Passage Tomb on West Tor in the northeast corner of County Antrim. Oh, what a stunning location. It's one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. Rathlin Island there, and you can start seeing Scotland over there. Hope you're picking that up. When we come round past this little building, you see that's the Mullican Tower, just 15 miles across the Irish Sea there. You see Ailsa Craig over in the distance, that's Ayrshire, and on down. You can just make out the cairn on top. Well, I can. Probably need binoculars. You can see why the Neolithic people chose this place to build this tomb. Unfortunately, it's all but destroyed, I guess. Passage tomb, 20 metres in diameter. Probably looked similar to this. Earth covered. Possibly had a top layer of quartz. There's lots of old quartz chunks lying about here. And this is the would have been a 10-metre passage up to the little central chamber there. Go up the passage and now you see that. Such a shame, it's so badly degraded. I've just got my little full spectrum camera rolling already there. But yeah, originally consisted of 8 orthostats. Probably had a nice corbelled ceiling at one time. Might have been able to even stand up in the chamber. So it's quite a big cairn. I think it's the biggest one in the area in its day. I've put the big bit of quartz in the corner. I brought that with me, although there's any amount of it lying about here, but I don't like to disturb the stones that are here. You can see the quartz on the back of this one. It's really encrusted. So quartz, 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 quartz. 50-50 quartz and rock. Of course, I've mentioned before, quartz was spiritually significant to the Neolithic people. Probably Bronze Age and Iron Age people too, all pre-Christian peoples. Used extensively in cairn building. The tomb is known locally as Barac's grave. Barac was a pretty famous warrior of his day in the Celtic times, early 1st, 2nd century. He was one of the famous Red Branch Knights, and he had his castle and his dun are 2 kilometres that way as the crow flies, set on the actual Tor Head itself, which is a small promontory out into the Irish Sea. of course while I'm here I like to check for any paranormal anomalies from the spirits that once or possibly still dwell here. I'll show you my experiment. You've already seen the full spectrum camera. It's been rolling the whole time. Also brought this little sword, wooden sword. Hoping if the spirit of Barak's still here, you identify with that and maybe come close to it. Set off my wee REM pod or pick up a reading on my EMF meter. And that's my famous bit of quartz at the back. Hopefully any Neolithic or Bronze Age spirits, the original builders of this, if they're still here, may have an interest in the quartz and also could set off my equipment. So I'm going to just let it run 15-20 minutes and sit quietly to one side and enjoy the peace and quiet and the views. I'm just having a wander around while the experiment's going on, looking at the stones. So you can see any cut marks or art. I haven't been able to find anything yet. I think this stone is quite interesting. Check this out. See the colour of it compared to the natural. Completely different type of stone. Looks like a red sandstone. Surely that has some significance. One red stone. Doubt it was originally placed in this spot either. That's curious, alright, where they got that from. So it could have been a glacial deposit when the ice age was retreating and any big boulders get dropped, so it could have got picked up elsewhere and dropped here, but certainly be a hell of a job trying to bring that up that hill from somewhere else, you know, manually. Can't help thinking this is something to do with the red branch. Was it put here for Barak? Of course Barak was like 3,000 years after the tomb was originally built by the Neolithic people, but as with most of these things, they tend to get reused over time during the Bronze Age, Iron Age, sometimes even into late medieval, but by that time people are starting to strip them out for stones, for building walls and cottages and so forth. But there's no reason to suspect that this tomb wasn't still in pretty good condition by the 1st century AD, 2nd century AD. They tend to have been treated with a lot of respect, you know. They were linked to the gods and the spirits of the ancestors. I suppose once Christianity sort of took over, then some people anyway didn't have the same respect for these places, and that's just why they rubbed them out, you know. Up behind me is a disused military facility, so there's a big tally mast there. I don't know if there's a camera on it or not, but I'm not going to be filming it too much, just in case. Well, it's well disused, probably from the 60s or 70s. All the fence, there's no barbed wire around it now or anything. sits inside their perimeter. That's their perimeter fence there, the MOD. Amazing spot. I'll definitely be back here. Big sky. Scotland so close. That's been nearly half an hour. I think that's time enough. Certainly haven't heard the REM pod going off. I'll need to check through the footage, see if I picked up any EMF readings, but if I have, I'll let you know. So I'll pack my gear up and we go home the scenic route, around the coast. Nowhere's going to beat this for scenery. Absolutely gorgeous. I hope you find that interesting. Thanks for coming along with me today. Spend some time here. It's been lovely. So stay safe till next time. Bye for now.